What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. This is Force here, and today we will be taking a look at Grey Goo. This is a recently released real-time strategy game developed by Petroglyph, an indie developer that was founded by former Westwood Studios employees. Now, the game has a big focus on macro over micro gameplay, and it's also trying to sort of harken back to the old-school RTS titles like Command & Conquer. The developer asked me to take a look at this game as part of a paid promotion. And what I plan to do is essentially in a couple of videos just show you some gameplay, show you what this game is about. The title has, I believe it is 15 single player campaign missions. I'm showing you one of the early missions. This is like the fourth mission in here. And the general concept is we've got these catalyst crates we want to gather in these three locations, and we just want to try to survive and get that done as soon as possible. Now there's also the bonus objective of keeping the enemy under a set number of resources or trying to destroy the enemy base. Chances are, because I'm sitting here talking with you and trying to explain the game to you, I'm probably not going to destroy the enemy base. I'm just going to try to survive while I sort of take you through what this title's all about. Now I'm just sort of sitting here because I'm actually waiting to get up near 800 resources so that I can place down another refinery. This game doesn't have any base building units. So instead of having a unit to construct your base, what you have is the ability to call down structures, and it's based on a hub system. So to make certain buildings, like unit production buildings, it needs to be attached to a hub such as this headquarters. So I'm actually going to go ahead. We've got vision over here. I'm going to build another refinery. And with that refinery, we attach an extractor. So the reason I waited is because I needed another 800 resources to build this refinery. Now, how did you do that? Well, we've got these keybinds right here at the bottom for structures, light, heavy, and air units, as well as tech upgrades. So at any point, once you learn all of the keybinds, you can just quickly pop up the exact structure that you want and place it down. So if I want another refinery, it's QQQ, just like that, and I can place it down. Now, I'm not going to place another one down right here. Next one I want to put is going to go right up here. So we're going to go ahead and plop this down, and what you're seeing here is the resource gather rate per second, and it looks like the most that I can get out of this particular area is 10 per second. So we'll just go ahead and place that right there. So now I'm going to have resources gathering from these two locations in addition to the one here in my main base headquarters. Now there's also a spot over here, but to attach the extractor, I actually need vision of this area. So I'm going to need to construct units before I can do that. So let's go ahead and construct units. So we're going to hit Q for structures, and then W, which will bring us in the second tier, and then Q for factory. So it's QWQ, and I do want two of those, so we're going to hit that again. Now let's run through some of the stuff that we're seeing in the UI here. Actually, I need to do another silo as well, so we're going to go QQW. So in the upper right-hand corner, we're seeing our population, our resource collected currently, as well as the current cap, which can change over time, and then our resource flow rate. Basically, what you want to do, I need to get another, damn it all the heck. I need this to finish so that I can get some stuff building over here. So we're going to put this right here. And I'm going to put another one as well. This is going to allow us to bring some units up here because we're under attack right there, and I'd like to be able to produce some units up in that area. So now we've got two factories. With these, we can build units. So we can either click on the factories and then click on the units, or we can use our keybinds to just go W and then hit Q and W to build our commando and our stalker. The commando is a basic infantry unit. The stalker is a basic anti-armor unit. All right, so these things, actually this small hub might be dying. No, I didn't sell it in time. I didn't put it in a safe spot. So we're gonna put another factory up here. So QWQ. I'm gonna put some factories up here. This will allow me to protect this location from upcoming assaults, because I wanna make sure that this stays up so that we can, the thing just needs to survive, plain and simple. It needs to survive. Okay. So we're going to have some factories up here, as well as our two factories down here producing units. And we're at a negative flow, but we're near the cap as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to build now a medium hub, and I'm going to put that right over here. Now in this single player mission, you just saw what is sort of one of the gimmicks of it, and that is that we periodically have these seismic events that will damage all of our buildings across the entire map. And so I need to make sure that I'm repairing the buildings. And now there's options to sell structures, repair structures, as well as pause the production of a structure. So I want to repair any of these really, really injured structures to make sure that they're okay. We can put up another refinery up there as well, but we're not going to do that at the moment. So we've got a hub going over here. We've got some units down over here. And we're going to have some units up here to protect this area. Let's actually go ahead and get a repair on that. Now, you know, I've played a few hours of this game, but I haven't played enough to know everything down pat. And once you do, you'll be able to just use keybinds for the repairing and everything. I mean, it's easy. It's Alt-S and Alt-R, so it's not like it's anything like difficult to figure out. I'm gonna go over here right now. I need vision over here so that I can put down a gathering option for this area. And I'll just I'll go ahead and to build the refinery right now. And then once this is complete and I have vision over here, I can place down the extractor. And I'm gonna want a building over here as well to build factories to protect this area, so that we can have units over here to protect that gathering from getting destroyed, essentially. This one up top is the most vulnerable one that I have at the moment. But we do have a wall with a unit inside of it, the Predator, which will attack enemies that come nearby. And looks like we've got a big engagement over here, so we're going to bring these guys over. And everything is still producing, but we've got a positive flow, so we want to try to get that as close to 0 or negative as possible while we're going here. And do we have the other? Yes, this is all done, so we're going to go ahead and put another refinery right here. I need to get vision over here for that. And then we're also going to put down, I think, let's go ahead and put down some more silos. Put down some more silos so we can increase our maximum gathering rate, basically. These guys are fine right now. I'm going to put them in the brush. So this game features a brush system in which units in the brush can attack units outside of the brush, but not the other way around. So you need to gain vision inside of the brush to be able to attack it. And this large tank type enemy, they can only attack enemies at a distance. So me being able to get up close to him allowed me to kill him there. Okay, so that thing is taking damage, so this is why I need to get this going over here. So this is a medium hub. Now from a medium hub, we can put down some attachments on. I'm going to put a tank attachment as well as an artillery attachment. Once those attachments are on, I can put down larger factories, and with those larger factories, I will be able to produce 3 units at a time instead of these typical factories that only allow me to produce 1 unit at a time. So let's get some vision over here. I like this refinery to get placed down. There we go. And we can get that up to 10 per second, which is what we will do. So now that is building. This is all good. This is still in a vulnerable position. There you go. Look at these guys. This is so nice. So yeah, getting that vision in, getting that advantage of being in the brush makes it so that when he can't see inside of the brush, that takes so much more damage. It's great. All right, so that is going. Let me get another silo. Oh, it's QQW right there. And another silo right here. And now we can get 2 large factories. So we're going to QWW. And these large factories will be able to produce 3 units at a time. And then also with these attachments, we can produce additional types of units. So we're going to be able to produce some of these medium units here. The heavy units, which are going to be things like the Hailstorm and the Avalanche. There's also the Cloudburst. There's a Guardian who can go inside of like turrets to attack. And then there's some air units as well. I don't believe I need them for this particular mission though, so I'm not going to bother with constructing them, but that is... Air units are a possibility. Now, with these attachments as well, there are upgrades. So we can choose a couple of upgrades, like Avalanches gain the ability to move and fire. You can pick 1 per attachment. Commandos explode when they die. Predator's volley now attacks 1 shot. Volley of 4 shots is reduced to a single shot. Let's go with the detonation. So this is going to make it so that my little commandos, when they die, they're going to blow up and attack the enemy. And these large factories are getting near complete. And then for this attachment, we can go ahead and choose... we can make it so that Cloudburst will also attack ground targets. We can make Guardian's ground weapon become a long-range shot. Or the Hailstorms can move and fire. Let's go with the Hailstorms moving and fire. So now we've got this here. So now from these buildings, we can click on it to build these units. Or again, we can just hit E, and that'll bring this up, and we can build our Hailstorm as well as our Avalanche. So we're going to go ahead and build a bunch of these. There's another Earthquake coming here. And now I'm going to get ready because I know I'm going to need repairs. Probably all over the place. Look at this. It's everything's getting destroyed here. So we're gonna go around to our buildings, repair what needs to be repaired, and this will just get that going. So we'll get some of this stuff here. You got to watch the small hubs because the small hubs take a lot of damage. Now there is also an upgrade. You can make it so that this one right here, small hubs gain armor and now slowly repair themselves, and the structures attached to them every second. Let's get that one. That sounds good. All right, so we've got a negative flow right now of resources. I'm going to bring some units up top now to defend up here. And I'm going to put down another refinery. And we're going to pop that. Is there anything better than 8 over here? I think we might be stuck with 8. So we're going to go ahead and plop that right there. Okay, so we're going to get some more gathering. Unfortunately, it is only 8 per second. Wow, that's a lot of my army. I didn't want that many. I didn't think it was that many that was going. And let's kill these guys. I want to get up nice and close to the big dude, although he's already dead now, so. And then go up here to protect this building. I want to make sure that building is nice and protected. And we've got these large factories churning out units. Now we're at a positive flow right now, which is good. And we're going to go ahead and build a bunch more light units. We have access to the Predators, which I absolutely love. I love the Predators. Get these cranking here. Look at it go. Look at it go so much. All right, so we'll check tech upgrades. I'm pretty sure that's, yeah, this is all I can do at the moment. So that is that. We've got protection for everything. I mean, things are looking pretty good right now. I'm sort of just cranking units out. I'm protecting my stuff. We're rocking and rolling here. Now there's another resource node I could gather from right here. So why don't I bring a few of these down? Why don't I build a small hub? So that's going to be QWQ. No, excuse me. That is going to be QQE. Build a small hub. And this is solely for the purpose of gathering from right over here. So we're going to get this going to gather right over here. A couple of extra things that we haven't tried yet are the walls. So I can build walls. So I can go like this. And I could build a wall to protect this. Like this. So let's build that wall. Oh no. I should have waited till after the earthquake. Please don't destroy the wall in its entirety. That would have been really awful. Let's repair this small hub, which is almost dead. We've got a very negative cash flow right now. We need this to repair, please. And we're going to attach this right here. That's going to be a 13 gathering per second. We've got these guys going, which is good. Those guys are down over there. I mean, I'm feeling great right now. See, this is what it's all about. It's all about the macro. It's all about making sure you got stuff going. So the cool thing about this is that these walls, these parts right over here, we can put these units in. Certain types of units, the small commandos as well as the guardians, I know, are able to go in there and just basically mount up and defend. Okay, so what is happening now? Why did you leave? Stay there. And I want to build a, let's go with another silo so that we increase our total cap. And building a gate. Okay, so just tutorial stuff for building a gate. I know how to build a gate. Don't you tell me how to build a gate. So I can put these guys up here to defend this area now, because this wall is going to be fairly defended unless he comes in with some huge artillery stuff. Then we should essentially be fine. Our cash flow is getting a bit too high. We want it to be, again, nice and low. Not necessarily negative, but that's not even the worst if you're sitting at a large influx. And then we can build a few more of our big guys. We still have a positive cash flow going right now. And we still have a positive cash flow because we've got so many resources coming at the moment. So this is amazing. Now, we're at half of the crates that we need for the primary objective for this mission. One of the objectives, though, is to also just destroy the enemy base, which we might be able to do. I'm going to get us closer to the max population. And once we do, what's under attack here? Oh no. You guys, come help, please. I guess I could build a wall over here. and use that. Well, I mean, this area should be fine because we've got protection up here and then on both sides. I mean, he really shouldn't be able to do too much to us. We got another seismic event coming in a couple of seconds, so let me check some of my buildings over here. Make sure we are not close to losing anything. These things can take a lot of damage. The smaller buildings have less health and they're going to take more damage during those events. So you got to make sure you're keeping an eye on those. And we are now at population cap. So what I'm going to do is we're going to send out our 2 large armies here. I'm going to bind these guys. Okay, we're going to bind these guys right here to 1. Okay, we're going to bind these guys to 1. We're going to bind these guys to 2, and we're going to move them in. Alright, here we go. And we're going to make an assault on the enemy base now. Now that we're at the population cap, which we'll drop that soon in a second, but now what I want to do first is I want to attack the front gate before I move in my light units. So we're going to send these guys in to do some damage. Pop the front gate. And then I'll move in with my other units. Okay, so let's go ahead and move in now. Okay, so we're going to move everyone in. Now again, you could be better at doing this than I am with the micro and everything. You know what I mean? Like, you could really work on splitting up your units just like you do in StarCraft. Or, you know, a lot of the other micro-focused RTS games. But that still, it isn't the focus. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't try to do it when you can, but yeah, it isn't the focus as much. It's really just more about checking your resources, making sure you're good to go. Speaking of which, I am going to build right over here while those guys are going nuts over there. We're going to go QQT. I'm going to build a large hub, and we're going to get some resources from over here. And we dropped a bunch, but we are also making a decent assault. Let's go ahead and check in here now. Oh my gosh, that one large artillery guy is blowing me the heck up. I mean, he just obliterated my stuff here. So we want to kill these guys. And then if I stay in here while he doesn't have vision, then we should actually be pretty rocking here. So let's stay right here, and we'll have like this forward base or whatever. All right, and now we're gonna go ahead and we'll make sure that we're still cranking out units here. And once this large hub is done, we're gonna do some stuff with that too. Keeping an eye, we've got tremors going. And they've got some artillery sentries here. So that's what was blowing up my guys. And I think this might be their main base. So we'll see if we can do a bunch of damage to that. Want to make sure, let's go ahead and get some heavy units going. And I think what we'll do here is, I mean, we're going to be, like, we're rocking this here. So what we're going to do is in the future video, we'll take a look at some of the different tech. There's also multiple races in this game as well, so that's another thing. We're just taking a look at one of the 3 races that are in this title. Get these guys going, though. And there's a back wall over here, so I could also break that down and go for that. And why don't we build up this hub? Get some resource gathering going. And then what I also want to do is we're going to build some attachments here. So I'm going to go QE. We're going to build a air attachment. And we'll build another tank attachment. And then we can build 2 large factories on here. Don't worry, I'm concentrating on catalyst extraction. Don't you worry your pretty little face. So it looks like, yeah, it looks like we're going to have all of, before we actually have a chance to destroy this base, it looks like we're going to get all of our catalyst in just 1 second. So I mean, that's going to do it. Yeah, there we go. We've finished all the catalysts. So that's going to do it for this first video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Taking a look at Grey Goo. Stay tuned. We're going to do a follow-up video where we take a look at some additional aspects of this title. I'll see you guys soon. Keep watching and keep owning.